Hello, welcome and thank you for watching this video. This video will be the last in this series and will be the part 4. In the first part of the series, I talked about admission requirements. In the second part, I talked about all you need to know about the calculation of cutoff marks, how cutoff mark works. So in the third part, I talked about the previous cutoff mark for all courses and I shared with you the documents where you check the previous cutoff mark for all your courses. So this last part is very important because it provides you with the guidelines for admission right from the start to the finish. So it's for the purpose of providing answers to questions that I used to receive every day, and it's very demanding for me to respond to everything. So that's the purpose of this video. So to be straight to the point, if you need any information regarding the admission requirements, you watch the first video. If you need information about cutoff marks, watch the second video. If you need information about previous cutoff marks to know the previous cutoff marks, watch the third video. And if you need admission guidelines from the start to the finish, watch this last video. Please stay tuned to the end of this video. Share this video with your friends that might need it, and also subscribe to this YouTube channel in case of any other video that I'll be dropping. Yes, uh this is how it goes. To let you know the how transparent the admission process is and how straightforward, merit-based and all that, you can watch the explanation of cutoff marks and registration and eligibility. Now, whenever the admission don't let us say admission form, let us say post-UTME registration, because some people will be asking the wrong question. Is UI form out? When is UI form going to be out? There's nothing like UI form. What we have is post-UTME and direct entry registration. Post-UTME and direct entry registration. There's nothing like UI form. So if you're asking when UI form is going to be out, that's a wrong question and it's very demanding. It will just be causing headache and it will be stressful for me to be answering that question. So when the portal is open for post-UTME and direct entry registration, the school management will announce it. And if you are still asking when will it be open, that's a wrong question as well. There's no way I can answer you. I will just tell you the school management will announce it. So there are some wrong questions that I used to receive and it's very stressful to be answering those questions. So whenever the admission portal is open for post-UTME and direct entry registration, the the school management will announce and we also announce it. So all you have to do is to be abreast of information, be on aspirant WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups so that you know when the school announces it. I hope that is clear. So when it is being announced, you can change your institution to UI, and when that one is done, you have to wait for some days or a couple of weeks before they would recognize that you have changed to the institution, because if you do not pick UI as your first choice, there's no way you'll be able to register. They will not recognize you. So you have to pick you as first choice of admission or first choice of institution before you'll be able to register for your post-UTME whenever it is announced. And also, you must have at least 200 in JAMB. So only those who have scored 200 and above in JAMB and chose UI as first choice of institution, those are the people that will be able to register for your post-UTME whenever it is being announced. So that's about that. Course changing of course. Now you can change your course at any time, but do not change your course after post-UTME exam has been conducted. If you do so, it is wasted. It is wasted. They will not consider you for the previous course and they will not consider you for the one you have changed to. So any decision to change your course must have been done before you choose UI, when you are choosing UI, before post-UTME exam, before you even register for post-UTME. because it will not reflect. If you recently changed your course before you register for post UTME, the new course will not reflect when you are registering. It will only reflect when the cutoff mark has been released. So that means any changing of course after post UTME exam is wasted. Note that. Uploading of results. After you have done your JAMB registration, your O-level result, whether it is showing on your JAMB portal or not, you have to re-upload it. It's very important. Most people will forget, and at the end of the day, we'll have to be calling them to tell them to re-upload their O-level results. So whether you have uploaded your results, whether you have uploaded your O-level results during JAMB registration or you have not, you have to re-upload it to make sure and ensure, to confirm that it is showing on your JAMB portal. It's very important. So some people will be asking, awaiting results, can you use awaiting results? You can, as long as JAMB allows you to register for JAMB without O-level results, you can. But anything you are doing with awaiting results, your O-level result must be on the JAMB portal immediately after the release of departmental cutoff marks. I will still get to that point. Before I forget, let me just mention like that. So UI does not require candidate to upload anything to its portal during registration except for direct entry candidates. So as UTME or post UTME candidates, you are not expected to upload anything. Just do your registration and go. That's it. So admission requirements. So the first part of the series, I showed you admission requirement, the interpretation of O-level results and UTME combination. So you can watch the first video, you see it there. So it is very important that you check the admission requirement for the course you want to study before you choose it or before you apply for it. And also UI does not calculate O-level points, but they require that you have credit, at least credit in the relevant subject. So explanation about that is in the first series of this in the first part of this series. So cutoff marks and admission chances. So I recorded a video on that as well. You can go and watch it, how cutoff mark works in UI and the how to calculate. So I think there is a video and the website you can use to calculate your chances. I have that video on this YouTube channel as well. You can go and watch it. Admission chances calculator based on your JAMB score and post UTME score. You can go and I forgot to mention it when I was recording the video for explanation, but there's a formula in that video that you can use. But in another video on this YouTube channel, there is a website for it where you can directly input your JAMB score, your post UTME score, and it will give you your chances. It's very straightforward. So explanation about cutoff marks is in that video. So preparation for your post UTME now. You can still look at all this thing before I scroll it away. Preparation for your post UTME. You are advised to enroll in tutorial classes for better preparation, because the higher your scores, the higher your chances. So enroll in tutorials so that you get familiar. Tutorials that are UI based, that are being run by those who have done your post UTME before, those who know how it works, so that they will guide you properly. It's very important. Get Roman series question for UI post UTME to familiarize yourself with UI's question format. It's very important. UI post UTME exam is not like JAMB. Those who have they turn deaf ear to our advice over the years, they used to regret it when they get to exam, or when they get out, or when the result is out. So we will not emphasize on that, and we will not beg anyone to get familiar with how UI sets their questions. And in order to do that, purchase Roman series questions. UI post UTME exam is not like what is the capital for what is the capital of Lagos State, and you see option A Ikeja, option B Oshodi, option C Ojuelegba, option D Ibadan. That is not how UI set their question. They will not ask you when was UI when was Nigeria gain independence. UI does not ask such questions. They technically set their questions using multiple choice, multiple options type. They don't ask you A, B, C, D. They don't say that. So to get familiar, go and get Roman series questions. If you want to get that, you can send me a message on WhatsApp so that we show you how the questions are being set and you will evaluate yourself. You see that you have never come across those type of questions before. You can go and ask those who have done your post-CME before, they will explain to you. And also participate in post-CME mock exam so that you get familiar, you get prepared. It's better you are shocked before you get to exam hall than to be shocked when you get to the exam hall. Okay, for the entry candidates, you have your what's it called? Your video guide is on this YouTube channel. They can go and watch it. So the entry candidate, we should process as transcripts and all that. Explanation of that is in their video. You only accept WAEC NECO, not NAPTEP. WAEC NECO, Cambridge level, NCOND, HND, first degrees from recognized institutions for the admission. HIA does not accept IJMB, JUPEB or NAPTEP for admission. Those are the ones they accept. You can combine results if the course allows it. Not that. So registration process now. Whenever the admission portal is open, whenever the post-CME is being announced, you log into the admission portal with your JAMB registration number as your username and your surname in capital letter as the password. That's first login. So after that, you'll be prompted to change your password to what you can remember. You can use the surname again. You can change it to any other thing as long as the portal allows you to. Just follow that. You change your password upon first login. You read the instructions carefully before proceeding. If you know how to do it, go ahead. If you don't, seek a professional service. Over the years, we see that people don't really listen to the instructions and they later come back and be crying to us that they have made a mistake, they have forgotten their password and all that. So it is better you get professional service so that you not make mistakes. Moreover, payment instruction, people used to waste their money and all that. You are advised to read payment instruction carefully. You know how to do it before you go ahead with it. I'll be moving forward to okay, you can read all these things. This document will not be made available so that you will not be circulating it. You can read all these things. Download and print your payment receipt. Complete your registration by providing personal details, contact information, the fallback instruction. These are the instructions for registration actually. So all these instructions will be provided when the admission portal is open. So all this registration process will be they will be resent to you. So now let's go to number 9. UPOSM examination. So exam is always physical. It is CBT and you have 100 questions, 25 each from your 4 subject combination, your JAMB subject combination. That means if you have chosen English language, literature in English, government and CRS, you are doing the same in post-CME. So you are doing the same subjects you did in JAMB. You are doing the same in your post-CME. There's no way you can change it. So it is automatic. 4 subjects, 25 questions each, making 100 questions. Exam is CBT and it is physical. CBT and it is physical. So the duration for the exam is usually 90 minutes. 90 minutes, that's 1 hour 30 minutes. While the exam is being held at UIDFC CBT Center in Ibadan, not anywhere else. So as the exam is physical, as the CBT, it is being held in UIDFC CBT Center. So you are not doing it online from your house or from a cafe. You are doing it in Ibadan. So the post-CME exam usually lasts for 3 to 5 days. So depending on the year and depending on the decision of the school management, each candidate will be assigned for a specific day and all that. The details of the exam will be in your exam photo card, which will be printed few days to the exam and all that. So All other information regarding exam will be sent to you when the time comes, but you have to get yourself familiar with the usual pattern. This is the usual pattern. So let's go to number 10. After exam, what you will be having, the results of the exam will be released a few days or a week after the exam. So as I've explained in the cut-off mark explanation, your aggregate score will be your JAMB score divided by 8 plus your post-UTME score divided by 2. So they will do that calculation themselves. The admission office will do that and they will just give you your aggregate. You can also recalculate it. You see that it's very correct. So when the result is being released, you see your aggregate alongside your result. So I've explained earlier, if you score below 15 post-UTME, you are automatically disqualified from the regular admission. So, but you can apply for distance learning program or affiliate colleges. But if you score below 50, you are no longer eligible for the regular degree admission. So explanation about that will be in the video where I explain cutoff marks and all that. So if you score above 50, you wait for the release of departmental cutoff mark. Don't forget I explained that we have three different cutoff mark: JAMB cutoff mark, post-UTME, and also departmental. JAMB cutoff mark 200 and above, post-UTME cutoff mark 50 and above, departmental cutoff mark after the release of uh, the post-UTME results. So that's how it is. Meeting the cutoff mark gives you 90% of admission, provided that your O-level results are uploaded to JAMB CAPS and it is correct. So when you have 200 and above in JAMB, you are eligible to write post-UTME. When you have 50 and above in post-UTME, you are eligible for admission. But the departmental cutoff mark might cut you off if you do not meet that cutoff mark. I have explained how they consider people for admission. That is, they choose the first number of people that they need, the highest of people that they need. So now, if you meet the cutoff mark, now you meet the departmental cutoff mark, you have 90% of admission. The only thing that may disqualify you is whether you have wrong O-level combination or your O-level results is not available on JAMB CAPS. That's what can make you to be disqualified for admission after you have met the cutoff mark. So if you don't meet the cutoff mark, we used to have issues with this and it requires a lot of explanation whenever the time comes. If you do not meet the cutoff mark, you may be considered for a less competitive course. Yes. And the explanation of that is this: when someone does not meet with the departmental cutoff mark, but they are eligible for admission because they score above 50 in post-UTME. So the admission office will use their discretion to transfer those candidates to less competitive courses which the candidates have the O-level requirement for. It is not your decision to change course. I've noted earlier that you cannot change your course, or you can, but it will be a wasted effort after post-UTME exam. So you leave if you have done post-UTME, your aggregate is out and the departmental cutoff mark is out, and you see that you did not meet the cutoff mark for that department, you have two options. It's either you wait for the admission office to consider you for a less competitive course. It is at their discretion. They will not tell anyone. They will not inform you before they make that decision, and you cannot change that decision. You cannot choose what you want. They are the one that will choose it. So what we used to advise people is that if you cannot wait, just change your institution to another institution that is available. That's your decision. But if your decision is to wait, then you have to be prayerful. There is no Jupiter that can change it. There's nothing you can do to influence their decision. They are the one that they will use their discretion for that. And that's what we call cost transfer. So cost transfer is not guaranteed for any person. It is at discretion of the admission board. So when cost transfer started, That means they have considered every person who merited the admission. Every person that have merited the admission, they will have considered them for admission. Then they will now come back to those who did not meet the cutoff mark for their department. They will transfer them to other courses. That is what we call course transfer. So course transfer will happen automatically on JAMB caps. You will go to the JAMB caps, you go to the transfer window, you see transfer consideration. You see if you are lucky. It's by luck. If you are lucky to be transferred, you see the course they want to transfer you to. You can accept or reject. So if you accept, you have to wait for some days. They will say, okay, you have accepted, and they will offer you admission. Then you accept it. After you have accepted admission, then you go and change your course on JAMB portal to the new course. Then you can print your admission letter. So in course transfer, how it works is that you have known that you do not meet the departmental cutoff mark for the department you choose. Admission office would consider you for another course if you are lucky for to a less competitive course, after which you will accept that consideration on JAMB portal, after which they will offer you admission, after which you will accept the admission, after which you will do change of course, then print admission letter. So you follow the steps as I mentioned it. That's how it works. Any deviation from it, you have to, it's as your own risk. So listen attentively. When it's time for that as well, there will be specific information, and the instruction will be sent to you. So that's about course transfer now. If you don't meet the cutoff mark, you may be considered for a less competitive course. If you are offered a course transfer, you accept it on JAMB caps before changing your course. When you accept two things. You accept course transfer, you wait for admission, you accept admission, then you change your course. Listen again. When you are considered for course transfer, you go to caps transfer window or transfer consideration. You accept course transfer first. You wait until you are offered admission. You accept admission, you see congratulations. Then you go for change of course to that new course. Then you print your admission letter. You should not change your course until you have been offered admission, or you should not change your course until you are considered for course transfer. If you deviate from this, it's at your own risk. So after this stage, you see admission in process that will appear in your JAMB caps. You can accept admission afterwards. And the same thing applies to direct entry candidate as well. So after the release of post-SEME results, after the release of departmental cutoff marks, so every person will be seeing admission in process as well. So this is the timeline for admission. This is how it goes. Post-SEME registration, the print of exam slip, the actual exam, release of results, release of the environmental cutoff marks, and at this point your O-level result must be on JAMB caps, even though you have used awaiting results since the beginning of the process. At this point 5, you must be sure that your O-level result has been uploaded to JAMB caps. Number 6, admission consideration and uploading of name to JAMB caps. So that's after the release of departmental cutoff marks. So on this number 6 as well, that's where course transfer comes in. So I've explained the process above. And number 7, you accept admission in JAMB caps and you will print your admission letter. So the candidate will also be considered for admission at this point. I mean, point 6 and 7. That's when the candidates will also be considered for admission. So after these processes from 1 to 7, then they will announce the payment of acceptance fee. It is usually 50,000 over the years. The school management might decide to change or not. So after the payment of acceptance fee, we go to number 9. We used to have issues with this as well. So the online admission screening and uploading of O-level results. So you upload your O-level result after the payment of acceptance. Immediately after the payment of acceptance fee, you do online clearance. You upload the O-level results, the result checker for the O-level result, and the admission letter to the UI portal. So specific information will be sent whenever this will happen. But we used to have issues with this because some people will not listen to our instruction, and they will have issues. They will definitely have issues when they upload unclear or illegible O-level results, or when they upload exhausted WAEC scratch cards or exhausted or invalid NECO tokens. Okay. So after that, other registration will be announced, which will be allocation of matric number, student email address, and hostel allocation, student email allocation. So those are the online registration that will follow. And after that, the school management will release other information regarding maybe virtual classes to hold or not and all that. So that's how everything will go. So number this 12, these are the required document for registration throughout the admission process and all that. So these are the required documents. You can take note of it. The ones that I think will need an explanation is that okay, O level printout or certificate. It is not compulsory you have a certificate. It might be O level printout. WAEC scratch card must be a valid one and must not be exhausted. It must have at least 3 trials left. If you think you are not sure of how many trials your scratch card is, just buy a new one instead of disturbing yourself. Buy a new one. For NECO, the NECO policy is that you cannot use two NECO tokens for a single result in a lifetime. So that's when NECO if education comes in and all that. So state of origin certificate, if required, you will know. Passport photograph and all that. So all these other things will be explained later whenever the time comes. And the final notes now, when you register for POSEM, you must keep your login details, password, specifically the email address and the phone number you use. You must keep them secure. This is what UI will use to contact you whenever the need arises. They will contact you if they need you to give them a particular information, but no one will call you to send them money. No one will request money from you. So you have to be cautious of scammers, and if you fall victim, the school management is not responsible for that. So the post-CMA results will determine if you will proceed in the admission process. Yes. Admission process takes place on JAMB caps, and any errors in your details can affect your chances. That's correct. So candidates below 16 years at the time of admission will not be cleared until the next session. So they will be required to defer the admission. Yes. So you must be 16 years, even according to JAMB. You must be 16 years before you pick JAMB form, and before UI will offer you admission or allow you to return to school, you must be 16 years. So take note of that. So UI does not require secondary school testimonials or certificate of origin specifically. So secondary school testimonial is not required at all, but state of origin certificate might be required. Might be required. So some courses that are not available in UI, international relation, public administration, and all that, they are not available, and you can check the videos where I talked about admission requirement and the cutoff marks. So you see the courses that are available and the newly introduced ones. So it's very important you take notes. So thank you for staying tuned and listening to all my explanation and all that. You are doing me a favor and you are doing yourself a favor. So recording this video saves me a lot of time explaining to people. Imagine I have to be explaining this type of things to every person every day. You can see how demanding it is. So this guide provides you a clear structure of breakdown admission process. So if you need any modification to this, maybe you have uh, a special issue with any of this process, that's when you can let me know. And modification, I mean, that means you need a special mentorship or you need consultation. So I will not do that one for free because I've used my own time, efforts to make all these recordings and all that. So I believe these video guides will provide you a a straightforward and systematic process of admission, the guidelines that you need, right from the admission requirements to the explanation of cutoff marks, the provision of previous cutoff mark for courses, and this admission guide. It's very important you listen attentively, watch the video over and over again. Any aspect you think you need, listen to the explanation there. Share this video to your friends and colleagues that might need it, and subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you get notified whenever I posted a new video. Thank you for watching this video once again. The series from part 1 to this last part. I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope this video guide will help you. From the first part to the last part of this series, no information there represents the opinion of the school management. It does not serve any official purpose, but is for the purpose of guiding prospective students of University of Ibadan. So any further clarifications you need, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. My phone number will be in the description of this video, and the admission office is open to anyone to ask their questions. You can go to the admission office and make your clarifications. I hope this one helps. Thank you for watching the video. I will see you next time. My contact will be in the description of the video, and you can navigate through this YouTube channel to watch other videos that might help you. Thank you again. Bye bye.